lasciutelle mangia, lasciutelle sento stile, quando piano samba, gnatoza, lasciutelle mangia, lasciutelle sento stile, quando piano samba, gnatoza, lasciutelle mangia, lasciutelle sento stile, quando piano samba, gnatoza.
Bring back masculine men, because what is a girl supposed to do with a nonchalant little princess that likes the chase? You want her to text first, plan the date, carry the conversation? At that point, sweetie, you are the girlfriend. Bring back men who actually know how to lead. Men who don't act like replying in under 6 hours is some kind of loss of aura. Bring back men who text like they have testosterone. That's what women are actually starving for. Not another pretty, little, emotionally unavailable prince who needs to be activated by moonlight in a paragraph.
For the women, going to where the men already are, going to the watering hole. If you're trying to hunt an elephant, you're not going to do it in Antarctica.
We go on to the men about this. The women, if you want a partner, you have to live in the world that we live in, not the world you want to be in, which means you are going to have to approach somebody.
Absolutely.
What usually happens, because modern women are thinking that men are, kind of sitting in the house alone, just in a dark room. And sometimes I guess you might be if you're thinking about some stuff. And I would actually honestly and truly encourage that. There's a lot of men out here that are checking out and choosing peace, right? So what's happening is a man is getting home. My house is quiet. I don't have a lot of drama going on, a lot of chaos, no foolishness, nobody texting me with a bunch of attitude, no nonsense, none of that. I ain't gotta try to show up, prove myself to somebody that don't like me. I don't have to do all of that. He said, well, you're not a man anymore. No, I just avoid foolishness. That's really all it is. I'm just avoiding the nonsense. That's it. I'm not out here trying to disrespect nobody. I'm not out here trying to give nobody no grief. I'm not out here trying to act crazy with nobody. I'm just trying to avoid foolishness.
It just, like I said, it just depends on how attracted to I am. You feel me?
Right.
Some women you just attracted to, it just, soon as she come in your vicinity, bro, you boom, you feel me? And some girls, you'll have relations with just because you can.
Right.
You feel me?
When I see a guy that I like, I actually got some new that I've been trying. I'll come up and I'm like, excuse me, you got somebody to cook for you? And they be like,
Yo,
what?
that's crazy.
Just like that. And I'm gonna tell you what.
So you got rejected. You told someone how you felt, and they turned you down. You know what?
Cause I am your braver than most. You was just taking a chance, but you did it as a father. I understand it was difficult, and I know you don't feel God about it. But one day you'll look back and see this is a blessing in disguise. You got rejected, keep moving ahead. You got rejected, keep improving yourself. You got rejected, keep moving ahead. Keep going, keep moving forward. Let's go.
You got this.
I think it's absolutely hilarious that modern women like to squawk, bring back men who plan dates and take care of women. Okay, cool. But before you do that, how about we bring back the women who deserve it? Because ladies, you do not get traditional benefits with modern behavior. You don't get chivalry without character. You don't get protection without loyalty. And you don't get provision without peace. Here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. You see, back then when men planned dates and take care of women actually brought something to the table too. Hard to believe, I know. But apparently there's picture and video evidence of this if you can believe it. You see, ladies, back then the women weren't combative, entertaining backups, addicted to attention, and they did not test boundaries for fun. They were cooperative, supportive, loyal, and easy to deal with. Being around her made your life lighter, not heavier. That's why men invested, because women were worth it. But now, men having to deal with paying for everything, planning everything, and committing to everything while tolerating everything. And what does the man get in return? Attitude, ego, disrespect, other options, and you're being too controlling. That's not a relationship. That is a bad business deal.
I think the thing that a lot of men are tired of is modern women continue to demand chivalry, but they're not respecting the man being chivalrous. A man might open the door and she'll act annoyed with the man, right? It's like it's offensive. He did something wrong. The man will pay for dinner and she act like that's the bare minimum. Like, you can't demand traditional effort, a traditional lifestyle from a man while mocking him, or acting like, even, and some women are like, oh, well, that's just how I am. That's just how I was raised. I didn't mean to do that. Maybe so, but even at that, the way that you're acting and the way that you're portraying yourself, you need to get a hold of that. Because the way that you put yourself out there, a man is going to think, oh, she really don't like that. Oh, she really, that's not something that she's into. So let me pull back. I guess I'll go in a different direction. And then you get surprised that he stopped doing the stuff that you wanted him to do secretly, because you the only one know what's in your mind. But the way you was acting was like, well, I really don't like that. I want this type of man. You got to get it together.
Why was that toxic?
So if I'm in my masculine, I will definitely attract someone who is in his feminine. Whereas since men has a bit more ego than females, so they do not accept that they are in their feminine. So the ego rises a lot. They start fighting with themselves. So their masculinity becomes very toxic. So they start trying to prove that they are like very strong and very masculine in a very aggressive way or in a very toxic way. Therefore, to brief it to you, if I'm in my masculine, I will attract a toxic masculine male.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Have you guys seen the video of the woman that is crying on her wedding day? And it is not because she is so happy about marrying the man that she's about to marry. She's actually crying because she's not marrying the man that she fell in love with when she was 17. What? Like, how is that not an indication that you should not be walking down the aisle and for that husband to be that poor man? He probably has no idea, because if he did, guarantee you he would not be standing on that altar. But what is even more disturbing is that there's so many women in the comments that are like, oh yeah, I get it. I get it, girl. Yep. Sad day. What? You all are reinforcing another huge reason for a man not to get married, especially to a woman that has a past, which is most women. Like by the age of 25, they have somebody that they have fallen in love with. It just indicates to me that there's so much emotional immaturity out there. Like if you still have feelings really for your high school sweetheart, you should go back and try to resolve that. See if that'll work out for you, and leave the innocent man who has nothing to do with it, that has no idea, leave that man alone.
And what modern women are not understanding is that they keep on asking for a good man. Why can't I find a good man? Where is a good man at? Yada, yada, yada. A lot of these men be standing right in front of your face. They always be there. And you get comfortable with the man always being there. You start taking the man for granted. And then one day he realizes me being here doesn't really mean anything to her. Me giving her all of these things doesn't really mean anything to her. She doesn't appreciate what I'm doing. Why am I still here? So then when he actually leaves and he don't come back, all of a sudden you confused because the man is finally choosing himself. The man is finally choosing peace versus messing around with you. And the window that you had to do right is all of a sudden closed. And y'all don't understand, good men can get tired too. They get tired of getting disrespected. And a lot of times it might not necessarily be, oh, I was outright disrespecting him, calling him crazy to his face. But just the fact that you don't appreciate anything that he does. I never get a thank you. Never get any cards from you. Nothing ever. For literally decades. You expect me to keep on doing that with no appreciation. That's a you problem.
Never text a man that ignores you, okay? Because let me tell you this from a man's perspective, okay? If he's not answering your messages, that's your answer right there. And yes, I understand. You want to make sure he's still there. You want to make sure he still cares. But his silence is your answer. Ask yourself, why am I reaching out to him? Is it to prove that I matter? Is it to remind him of my worth? It is not your job to remind a man that you exist.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Dejour.
Dejour.
Yeah,
okay.
You got a great smile.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That made my day. I appreciate it.
Yeah, excuse me? Hey, miss? I'm sorry. I was about to do something with my friends, but I just want to say, hey, I just thought you were cute. And
Thanks. I'm super flattered.
Yeah, what's your name? Nice to meet you.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Dejour.
Dejour.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got a great smile.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That made my day. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know you're probably busy, doing your own thing, but I like the nails. That's just like what I see.
I appreciate that. You made my day.
Are you single?
I am not. I am married.
Okay.
Happily married, but
Happily
you did
married?
make my day by giving me a compliment.
Yeah, if I would have caught you maybe a couple years ago, it would have been
14 years
different.
ago, yeah.
Okay, it would have been different. Man,
Yes.
you look really good though.
Thank you so much. I
see you.
appreciate it.
Take care. Bye.
Have a good one.
You too.
Here are 3 tips to get the for a situationship and listen to all 3 if you actually want to move on from them. The first one, I'm going to need you to accept the situation for what it was. Know they're not the love of your life. They were somebody who breadcrumbed you and gave you just enough to keep you on the hook, but not enough to satisfy your needs. And you can try to convince everybody that they're the one. Stop trying to gaslight yourself as if this is something more than it was. This person was not available. This person was not giving you what you want, and you are not maybe stepping up and speaking in the ways that you need, and that's okay. We're going to accept that. Number 2, I need you to take the shine off of them. Sure, when you saw their Instagram and you saw that they went to Paris and you thought maybe you could go to Paris, it was cute, and I know we've all done that. But just because you might have had some good time in the bedroom or a nice time at dinner doesn't mean that this is the person for you and the love of your life. And if you're so hung up on somebody, we have to look at what the is the narrative that you created about them. And what pedestal are you putting this person on that they don't belong on? And the third one, this one's going to be really tough. I need you to start talking to yourself with more compassion and grace and allowing yourself to have the emotions that you're having. More often than not, we're not stuck on them. We're stuck on this narrative that was created because they didn't want us. So I need you to start choosing your self and stop waiting for them to do that.
And a lot of these modern women, what they want, what their entitlement and their unrealistic standards is they want a man who's finished. They want a man who's stable, right? I want a successful man. But what do you offer? Well, I can offer you confusion. I can offer you an attitude. I can offer you having to work hard the rest of your life and then be happy about it. That's what I can argue. That's what I can offer you. I can offer you at the most inconvenient times for you that I have a headache. My stomach hurts. A rat is underneath my armpit and won't come out of. Just any excuse not to do what you've signed up and committed and promised to do. See, modern women don't really have a problem telling you and reminding you of the things that you promised. But when you say, okay, this is what you promised me. Yeah, but I'm not about to let myself be mishandled. Mishandled? How? Well, I just don't feel like it. And you trying to force me to do it. Well, modern women will figure out any way not to do what they're supposed to be doing, but hold you to what you said you would.
If you want to know how that man feels about you, listen up. Men are extremely simple. How he treats you is exactly how he feels about you. If he wants to talk to you, he'll call you or he'll text you. If he wants to see you, he'll ask when you're free and he'll make plans with you. And if he acts like he doesn't care, he doesn't care. So if you're constantly waiting around for him or asking him for effort, there's your answer, and I would run. I know this is harsh, but some of you need this tough love that sometimes he's not playing hard to get. You are just being hard to get rid of. If you're in this situation, I would highly recommend you stop the overthinking, fantasizing, and especially stop making excuses for him and turn all of this time, energy, and effort you've been pouring into this man back into yourself. I promise if you take some time apart from him, you will sober up quickly and you will be so grateful that you did. And you will realize that you deserve so much better. I love you and follow for more.
Nobody told me this about marriage. I had to learn the hard way. Love is important, but love will not carry your marriage.
Marriage is beautiful, but nobody tells you about how much work it is. Not just in the beginning, but over time. Because love isn't just a feeling. It's a decision that you make every single day. It's choosing each other, even when you feel tired, frustrated, or don't feel understood. And those days will come. And this is the part nobody prepares you for. There will be moments where it's easier to shut down, to walk away emotionally and just stop trying. But marriage doesn't grow in the easy moments. It grows in the hard ones, in conversations that you don't want to have, in the effort you give when you're exhausted, That's what builds something real. Be blessed.
A lot of these modern women are going to have to understand that you're going to have to start taking some sort of accountability and facing some sort of consequence for your actions, right? A lot of these modern women get out here and they want to cut up, they want to act crazy, they want to do their thing, want to act silly. But then when the consequences come around, which by the way, whenever that happens, a man in a lot of these situations has to be accountable for the things that he's doing. But a woman, you hear from her, I'm just a girl. I didn't even know. I thought that, this would, I don't know what happened. But can you fix it as the man? No, I'm not going to continue to fix your problems. At some point in time, this is what men are looking for. At some point in time, I want you to see the error of your ways. Nobody is perfect. That much is true. But I want you to stop behaving in this pattern consistently, where you continue to put me in a bad spot. And I got to deal with your consequences because you were acting stupid. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but you went out there and ran your mouth. And now you want me to fight this guy. This guy's 6'3", 250. And you want me to go over there and get knocked out, get knocked over a bar, get knocked into an alcohol shelf or something like that. You want me to go out, man? Come on, down.
You can be grateful you got flowers, but also letting him know what you actually like so he can get it a little bit closer. To be fair, a lot of women expect roses. A lot of women, their favorite is roses, and that's fine. I don't know what your favorite is, you just specify, but I think sitting him down and having a heart-to-heart conversation, letting him know that you absolutely love flowers, it means the world to you, but saying my favorite is actually... And for some men, they don't know the names of individual flowers. So, if you could even show him a photo, because, there's some ladies who might like flowers that are a little bit less common, that only bloom certain times of the year, like daffodils. That's kind of a weird one. That's actually my favorite. But again, you can be both. You can be grateful he got you flowers, but also let him know what your actual favorite is.
There is a trend happening where women are now, you see a lot of these women getting married young again. You see that new wave happening now where in some of the smaller towns, and you see this trad wife reemergence, you see some women marrying young. So what's happening now is some of these women that are in their late 20s are having friends that are marrying young and doing the right thing young and on a path, and they're starting to go insane seeing their slightly younger friends do all of those things because they're already feeling like they've missed out. So I have a feeling that this is going to flip, and instead of women hitting the wall and it got to a point where it was 35, then it was 38, then it was 40. I guarantee you're going to see that wall is going to shift, and you're going to see late 20s. It's going to be catastrophic because you're going to have a lot of trad wives and a lot of women waking up and being like, oh, I don't want to wind up like that. I do want to get married early. And then you're going to have the late 20s start freaking out beyond compare. So just wait for it.
And what modern women keep on asking for is something that over and over again we see. They're just not willing to give. They're just not willing to give it. Right? We talk about chivalry, but really all chivalry is just a man being nice. That's really all it is. It's just me being nice, me being respectful. So take that mindset, and now you say, if he's giving me this type of respect, maybe he would want that type of respect back. But to a modern woman, it don't equate like that. To a modern woman, especially now, back in the day when you had women that would think about their husbands, who would cook, who would clean, they would say, thank you for doing so much for me. Your plate's on the table. And when it gets a little bit older or gets a bit, technology gets a little better, plates in the oven, plates in the microwave. If you're not coming home from work for a long, long time, plates in the fridge. It's already wrapped. You can just unwrap it, put it in the microwave and heat it up. Depends on what time you come home from work. If you come home, and some women, and I know modern women gonna lose their stuff when they hear it, some women would be asleep. When a man walk in the door, he didn't even have to wake them up. They would be up with that thing, and they would get his schedule down, and then they would be up and have his food ready to go. Weird concept. But they did it because, oh, he shows respect to me. He shows love to me. He treats me right. Maybe I ought to do it for him. And so if a man is going to continue to be chivalrous, right, and then stay in your vicinity, then you got to start being respectful back. That's what you don't know. Well, where are all the chivalrous men at? They've moved away from you. They might still be over in this other part of the world being chivalrous and generous to somebody that's appreciative. But you're not, so I don't ever go around you, so you never experience it anymore.
The reason that men think that you like them if you're nice to them is because they can't fathom being nice to somebody they don't like.
I have a hot take too, and I don't think that a lot of individuals are going to like it, especially if you agreed with the drivel that was just uttered. I'm feeling a little spicy today, so let's have some fun. So, there is a very common belief, because I have heard that particular idea uttered numerous times. There does seem to be a lack of originality out there on social media. Some just keep repeating the same things over and over again as if somehow doing so will make it true. But that is not exactly how truth works, but I digress. So, if you actually believe that most men are going to automatically think that a woman likes him just because she is kind to him, because naturally, in your opinion, you seem to think that men would never be kind to someone that they don't like, well, obviously you have not encountered a great many men in this world, especially those that have manners. Because manners do seem to be almost going extinct among a lot of individuals. But the average man that has the average amount of manners is going to also be kind to someone that they don't necessarily know, because that is called just being considerate. And a lot of women don't take this into consideration because they themselves lack manners.
Men don't fear losing a good woman. They fear being asked to grow up. So they choose someone who lets them stay the same. They call it peace, but it's comfort without accountability. That's why weak men say strong women have an attitude, because she has standards, not problems. She won't accept half effort or babysit a grown man. She'll expect you to show up, to lead, to love right. And when you can't do that, you'll call her too masculine or too independent just because she asked you to be a better man. Ladies, don't shrink to fit his comfort zone. Sometimes you're not too much. He's just not enough. The right man will rise to meet your energy. Weak men fear strong women. Strong men respect them. So protect your standards, protect your peace, and never dim your light.
And I don't think, modern women understand that, a lot of these men have watched what, a marriage has done to a man, how it completely, and we talk about divorce a lot, right? Divorce does a lot. It takes a lot from you. And so you see a lot of men deciding, hey, peace is a lot better option. It's less riskier. I see my dad paying child support, even when he's taking care of us this whole time. I see my brother paying child support. I'm paying child support, and I only see my kid 2 weekends out of the month. I lost my house. I lost my peace messing around with this woman. When you watch that happen to your friends and your family, and especially when that happens to you, you start doing things differently. You start thinking differently. You start saying, okay, it's not about fear. It's about, okay, is this the best position for me? Is this the best possible outcome? Because like I started to say a minute ago, you have, even in marriage, modern women like to say how they lose themselves. But how many men have checked out in marriage? How many men have lost themselves in marriage because the wife don't listen? Oh, you're just here to do what I want and be a good man and be a gentleman and do exactly how I tell you to do and act exactly how I want you to act. And men really have no say so. Once again, I've heard a couple of guys say it with a straight face like it's supposed to be something that makes sense. Oh yeah, you should be okay with being the last priority. Why? Pay the bills here. I should be the first priority. Well, yeah, you got to serve your wife and your kids. I get it. I understand it. But in no way, no shape or form should somebody that's doing the most work in the house be put last place. Absolutely. If it was a woman that was happening to, then people would be rioting. Modern women would be rioting. Oh, you need to give her some respect, and she's doing more work than you. Be rioting because she's doing more work than you. But all of a sudden, when a man does more work, that's what he's supposed to be doing. You don't get a cookie for that. You don't get any praise or any more respect for that. You don't get any love for that. Interesting. And you say you want me to propose to you. You say how much you want the wedding to cost. You say how much you want a ring to cost. Really? Absolutely not.
If a man is done with you, you will see these 3 signs clearly. Listen carefully. Number 1, he stops communicating with you. He doesn't text you back. He doesn't call you. He doesn't initiate conversations. This shows that he doesn't care about your feelings or needs. 2, he is always busy or has excuses. He doesn't make time for you. He doesn't plan dates with you, and he doesn't prioritize you in his life. This shows that he is not committed to the relationship anymore. 3, he is distant or cold. He doesn't show you any affection. He doesn't hug you. He doesn't kiss you. He doesn't hold your hand, and he doesn't cuddle with you. He doesn't express his feelings. He doesn't compliment you. He doesn't say, I love you, and he doesn't appreciate you. This shows that he doesn't love you or care for you. If you're seeing these signs, that's the moment for deepest conversation. Follow this account so you will be ready for next steps.
No man, and I do mean no man, is too busy for the woman that he values. Like if he keeps saying he can't find time, first off, time is not found. It's created for the woman that he cares about. So no, you're not making a big deal of things because you want a man who makes plans, not excuses. And you're not being inconsiderate of his schedule to want quality time that's protected, not spare time when it's convenient. And it's not you doing too much to expect a quick response to your text when you clearly see he has time to scroll on social media. And besides, you can never be too much for a man who can't get enough of you. And if he can go hours and hours, like a full 24 hours without talking to you, go ahead and let him go the rest of his life without accessing you too, because ain't nobody on earth that busy. Like as a full-time entrepreneur, I get it. We gotta sacrifice, we gotta work hard, but success does not require emotional neglect. And the most successful men in the world create systems to stay connected to those that they love because that's the foundation for their success. So don't accept that excuse. At the end of the day, the attention he doesn't give is a reflection of the intention he never had. So don't keep sitting around waiting on him or trying harder to prove yourself. Just remove yourself. Because dudes always got time in the beginning, but some of them get comfortable the moment that they see that you dropped your roster. And that's why you got to remind them they can always get benched or just cut from the team. Because what you look like begging for the same effort another man been praying for the chance to give you, who's going to prioritize you, not postpone you. Like, of course, life happens, but don't let your patience be his permission slip to keep putting you last on his priority list. Because time waits for no man, and neither does a good woman. So let him learn that the hard way.
I love when people be like, oh my God, why are you single? Like, tell me why you're single. Like, what is wrong? Like, I don't get it. Because I'm in a loving, romantic, sexy, fun, adventurous relationship with myself. And when you're not seeking love from a deficit or a place of desperation, then you will not settle for anything less than a powerful alignment with someone. And the more work that you do, the more wounds that you heal, the more unhealthy patterns that you break, the harder it can be to find someone who's on that same level of consciousness as you. You should absolutely love the direction your life is headed in, and you're just looking for a beautiful additive to join you. No rush, no worries, in flow, that's vibe, baby.
Guys, a quick reality check. A lot of you think that high standards are actually just baseline, and this is where most of you are getting it wrong. Before someone agrees to meet you, they're not evaluating your personality, right? They don't know you yet. They're looking for signals, small ones. Do you reply when you say you will? Do you confirm plans without being chased? Do you stay consistent for a few days? Because here's the part that no one says out loud. Before you meet, there's almost no real information. So people default to behavior, right? And behavior becomes the filter. It's not what you said or how good the chat was. it's what you actually did. And this is the uncomfortable part. If someone loses interest early, it's usually because something felt inconsistent, unclear, or unreliable, even if it was a small thing. So when you hear dating is hard or standards are too high, most of the time it's actually not that. It's just that the basics weren't there, and the basics are what decide if you ever get to the date.
So I said no dating apps, which seemed like a really good idea, and I'm like pretty on board with that still. But I don't go anywhere. I am at that age in my life where I'm 30. The best thing you can do is find me in a coffee shop, and quite frankly, I'm not seeing that many eligible bachelors in the coffee shops. So where are we finding people? Where are the people? What do 30 to 40-year-olds do? What do single 30 to 40-year-old men do other than go to work, go to the gym, stay at home? Do they socialize? Do they go out in groups? Is there a gaggle of men, single men, that go and do things, or do they just sit at home? Yeah, let me know, thanks.
Young men today are being taught something dangerous. They are being taught that options are power. Social media makes it look normal to talk to 5 girls at once, to keep swiping, to keep searching. Because what if the next one is better? But that mindset slowly destroys your ability to build something real. When you are always looking for the next option, you never invest in the one right in front of you. Strong men used to build families. Now many are just collecting conversations. Attention is not the same thing as connection. And the truth is this: the man who cannot commit will never experience the depth of a real relationship. Because real love only happens when someone finally decides, this is enough.
Wait, are you trying to attract an emotionally available, secure partner while you are entertaining situationships at the same time? My name's Jenny, I'm a psychologist, and I focus on attachment theory and relationships in both of my master's degrees, and you are watching The New Rules of Dating. You might be asking yourself, where are all the good ones? They're gone. They're not. People start healthy, happy relationships every single day around the globe. But the real question you need to ask yourself is, am I an energetic match for that person? It's really hard to attract an emotionally healthy person if you are at the same time entertaining emotionally unavailable people that breadcrumb you, that maybe even ghost you, and that don't give you the time or the day that you need when it comes to partnership. So my question is, are you still talking to people that have already showed you that they're incapable of giving you what you need? And it's probably time to also look at the patterns that are keeping you stuck, and not only around the people that are available around you. Here's our reframe. You attract what you're available for. So if you want a partner who's emotionally available, consistent, and intentional, we need to be willing to do the inner work that requires us to look at our old patterns that led us to that place to even saying yes to things that we shouldn't be tolerating, and learning how to say no and go from there. The version of you that declines the familiar, even if it's fun. Being in a happy and healthy relationship doesn't feel like chaos. It feels more safe, calm, and secure. Stop thinking you're asking for too much, and finally be okay with the fact that you are worthy of the love that you crave so deeply. I want to know about a standard in the comments that you are not willing to negotiate anymore, and follow us for episode 5 for The New Rules of Dating.
I just got a really disturbing message, and it says, I saw you this past weekend at the bar, and you looked at me, and I know that you recognize me from Instagram, and I don't chase women, so I feel like that was a missed opportunity. You could have said something. I don't know this person. Sorry to this man, I don't know this man, but he don't chase women.
Gone are the days where a man sees a woman that he's interested in and he shoots his shot. He's man enough to be able to handle rejection if rejection comes his way. But he thinks that she's so beautiful, he wants to get to know her, he thinks she's worth the risk. Now they won't even do that because they think it gives a woman too much of an upper hand, that you were the one that approached her. You're the one who wants to talk to her. All you had to do was go over there and say, hey, don't I know you from Instagram? And they could have started a conversation right there. But no, they've been convinced by the Red Pill Manosphere podcast they listen to that women all think they're too good to speak to these men, and that you have to have her come to you, make these women crawl, make them jump through hoops, make them beg for the pleasure of your company. And they think that every woman is stuck up. I know you noticed me noticing you. What? I know you recognize me from Instagram. So who are you? Are you some famous actor or a celebrity. You're just a regular old user number 34567 on Instagram. The audacity to believe that, of course, you recognize me because I recognize you. To be confident enough in yourself to believe that she recognizes you from Instagram, but not confident enough to go over there and approach her? Sir.
You know, a lot of these modern women, honestly, if they could go on a girls' night or a girls' trip and do what they're supposed to be doing, I really do think that men would be okay with it, right? If you just go on a trip and don't act crazy, I think you'd be all right. But I think what a lot of modern women are doing is they're getting out there and acting a fool. They're getting out there, you know, first of all, acting a fool, posting thirst traps, not responding for days. There was one woman that decided to go on a trip and blocked her fiance. Oh, I need my peace. I need to be on this retreat. Why in the world would you do that? Why in the world? Unless that's something that you've talked about previously. It's like, okay, I'm going on this retreat. I don't know if there's going to be phone service. So I might not be able to contact you as much. That's one thing. But for you to say, I don't want anybody bothering me, I'm going to block you. Anything could happen. You don't know what's going on at that retreat. And why would you even block him? Why don't you just put your phone on do not disturb? Number one. Number two, why don't you just leave your phone in your room, in your bag or something like that? And right before you go to bed at night, you check it to see if anything has happened. Why don't you do that? But modern women, they don't know balance. They don't know how to do what they're supposed to be doing. So they go out there acting a fool, cutting off communication. Number one, number two, and number three, they're hanging out sometimes with women that don't even like her man. Why is that a problem? Because we go on these girls' trips. We were already going to act a fool. But since I don't like them and I got a little liquid courage, that looks like a cute guy over across the way. How about we go talk to him? No, I already have a man. You can go talk. I'll come with you so you won't be alone. But no, it's for you. I don't even like Kyle. He's this. What did I do? Yeah, I've never liked him from the jump. Stupidity, bad influence, acting dumb. If you can just act right, it wouldn't be a problem.